Hey everybody, this is Henry here. We're here with Dr. K, very special guest. She is with Intuitive Natural Wellness in the Ahwatukee area, and she is a licensed naturopath medicine doctor. She has her doctorate from Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine. She got her bachelor's from ASU with a degree in kinesiology. She was awarded Top Doc in 2018 and 2023 and is a member of the Arizona Naturopathic Medicine Association. She is SIBO certified. She is trained in treating small intestine bacterial overgrowth and other digestive complaints. She is MTHFR mutations, treats that. Bioidentical hormone replacement, works with Hashimoto's autoimmune disorders, and on top of that, she is a primary care physician. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes. So I just wanted to get this out of the way. So Dr. K or Dr. Kristen knows me as Andrew from back when we went to ASU together. So I just got way too lazy with correcting people, but she was one of the few people that studied with, and so I was like, well, why don't you just call me Andrew? That's what my family calls me. But once I got into physical therapy school, I just got tired of correcting people. So they all know me as Henry, but my family and Dr. K knows me as Andrew. So let's get to it. So good to be here. So I just wanted to get a little bit of an understanding. So who are you, and what do you do, and what do you specialize in?
Yeah, so as you already introduced, I'm Dr. K. That's one of the most common things people call me. But one of the main things I do is hormone replacement therapy, bioidentical. But I really do family practice style medicine overall, meaning I really treat anywhere from younger children, not necessarily infants and babies so much, all the way up to elderly generation. And it can really include whatever kind of walks through the door, within reason. But my largest focuses are kind of hormones, gut health, and um, like you mentioned, Hashimoto's and some of the autoimmune concerns.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's very awesome. So you see a little bit of everybody. Do you
I
see
do.
also pediatric population?
I do. It's not my main focus, I will say
Okay.
that, but I do some, yes.
Okay. So give me an example of a perfect patient that would come to see you.
Typically, I see people in, probably this is a large range, but really their 30s to 60s, kind of that middle age range. But definitely, I have seen people outside of that range who are looking just to kind of optimize their health and wellness. I do sometimes get, very ill individuals. That certainly can happen,
Mm.
but it's usually the people who are looking to optimize their overall health and performance and wellness aspect of things.
Okay, so maybe like athletes, or is it like weekend
Definitely.
warriors, or just moms trying to make it with three kids?
Actually, that's a great point. Definitely a lot of moms, definitely. Actually, dads too. I'm probably now at almost 50-50 in
Oh,
men and women that I see. It didn't start out that way, but couples end up coming in together. So definitely that. And actually, yes, a fair amount of athletes as well. So definitely that's a thing, trying to
okay.
boost performance, evaluating testosterone replacement therapy needs, things like that.
Okay, excellent. So, when you first created your business, what do you feel like was your main objective, your goals, your reason to get started with it?
Yeah, I think my main objective was to reach as many people as possible to really optimize what wasn't being treated elsewhere necessarily. One of the most common things I hear when people come in is, "Oh, I just had labs done at my XYZ doctor, just, fill in the blank." And everything was normal. That's literally one of the number one things I hear. And then I say, "Well, it might have been normal, but was it optimal? How do you
Hmm.
feel?" And 98% of those people, if not 100%, if you're sitting in my office, it's probably because you're not feeling optimal. So then we fine tune what's
Okay,
really going on.
that's great. We hear that a lot. Unfortunately, primary care doctors will either send them to a specialist and they might want to be put on pills or do something passive like that. So it's great to hear that there's other options that you can do.
definitely.
Okay, so here's the next big question. Do you take insurance?
I do not accept insurance at this time. However, if you have a health savings account or flex spending account, you can use those towards all visits and therapies and such with me here. There is a caveat to where, depending on your insurance, you can potentially still bill your insurance through one of the major lab draw
Oh,
centers that we
okay.
have in the Valley. So that is something we would discuss at your appointment to determine if we're going to bill insurance for labs or have affordable cash pay offerings, which we do offer.
Okay. So that would kind of be a little bit of a drawback, but you still are able to use that high deductible account
Mhm.
to get in. See. So same with us, physical therapy. Most of them take insurances, but Lindsay and I at Saldana Physical Therapy, we are cash-based physical therapists. So we do also the same thing, high deductible accounts and all that, but we do not take insurance. But that's a whole nother issue we can get into a little bit later. But are there some other challenges that you face in this naturopath industry or doctor industry?
I think the biggest challenges are trying to meet the needs of the patients as effectively and reasonably as possible. We really, sounds a little cheesy, but really, we didn't get into this field, to not help people. We want to help people, but I think the challenges are really trying to meet people's expectations, but
Mm-hmm.
also having them realize that, we're still doctors, we're still humans, and there are going to be costs associated with things that insurance wouldn't cover regardless. So I think sometimes the cost approach is a challenge at times, and trying to meet the high demands
Okay.
too that
Okay.
kind of come into play with running a business, as you're probably noticing yourself.
Yes, yes. There's a lot of hurdles. What would you say are things that you can do better as a cash-based physician versus being insurance-based?
So one of the greatest things are we truly can tailor a treatment plan. Although we all kind of have our own protocols, I'm sure. Yes, I have protocols I follow. I can honestly say I don't necessarily have the same two patients on any identical protocol. Certainly, there's overlap with a lot of things. If we're looking at hormones, we're still looking at estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. I'm looking at all those things, but it's going to be different for each person. And
Okay.
when we're not dealing with insurance, I don't need to get anything approved or, really anything like that. We just tailor it to what your expectations and needs are so that we get them met.
Okay. And silly question, do you need a referral to see a naturopathic doctor?
No, it's actually a great question. You do not need a referral. So you can definitely just book and, come in and we'll get things started.
Cool. And then what would you say if somebody has a question of, should I see a naturopathic doctor? Should I see a medical doctor? Should I see an osteopathic doctor? What kind of sets you apart from them?
Well, there's kind of a multifaceted answer to that, but I do consider myself, and a lot of my colleagues I know kind of feel this way. We really take an integrative approach. So I can I would have to look at the numbers. I have a ton of patients that have other doctors. They have their cardiologist on board. They might see their, OBGYN for certain other things, and then they see me for
Mhm.
other bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, or they're doing their, EKGs and such, like I said, at the cardiologist. So really, to have the naturopath on board, you're going to want to take a comprehensive approach. We're going to
Okay.
dive a lot deeper versus just looking at one system. But in reality, you can actually see multiple doctors, which makes it helpful sometimes to get certain imaging covered, things like that. That does come up sometimes.
Okay. And do you have a lot of communication with other doctors or other practitioners?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, thankfully, like I said, in the integrative world now, I have a particular hematologist that I can't even count how many times I've referred to this hematologist, the same one. He's been great. So, and the same goes with certain, there's certain people that we just keep using, the same doctor referrals,
Hmm.
and they've actually been very open to it. So, yeah, we definitely work with different groups of people.
Okay. That's awesome. That's exactly why Lindsay and I are doing this is to form a good network of trusted providers to really be able to comprehensively treat the patient. physical therapists are musculoskeletal experts, muscles, bones, all that stuff. We don't help out with like hormones and stuff like that. So we need a trusted provider, or someone who we can refer to
Definitely.
help them out. Everybody is so multifaceted, so we really want to be able to tailor our approaches and not just have a generic approach. In my field, there is a lot of rush to try and facilitate things in terms of the insurance limits us, so we have to see so many patients in order to meet the overhead and all that. So having that one-on-one time really helps out with our treatment. Okay, so if anybody has any more questions, comment down below. You can contact Dr. K. We'll have the contact information. Now I want to get to know you a little bit more. Let's ask
Okay.
some fun
All right.
questions. So, do you have a favorite movie or a music artist that you like to watch or listen to?
I'm going to admit I knew this question was coming and I still feel like it changes every time. Okay. Favorite movie? Pride and Prejudice might be one of my favorite movies, actually. Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Music artist varies a lot. It really does. That one's going to be hard for me. I like to listen to different kinds of music. If I'm working out, I like to listen to more upbeat, maybe pop music,
Hmm.
just to keep me going. Um, I don't listen to metal.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my music of choice. Gets you really
Yeah.
pumped up. So.
Yeah. So that's it. It's a broad answer.
Yeah,
I
no,
knew that was going to be a hard one for me.
that's all right. That's all right. Okay, you live in or work in a really cool town over here now, Tukey. I don't know it as well. Do you have any really good places to eat around here that you recommend?
Ooh, well, I like street tacos. So I might
Mm,
have to go with Los Taquitos. That's a good one.
mm.
Um,
And it just happens to be Taco Tuesday today.
and it just happens to be Taco Tuesday. Also, I'm headed to the gym after this, so we're casual today. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
hit leg day earlier, front squats. So, whew, legs are gonna feel it tonight and tomorrow. All right. So, what are some hobbies that you like to do, or what is your passions outside of being a naturopathic doctor?
I do enjoy nature, go figure, getting into naturopathic medicine. So I have not been hiking as much, but I like to hike. I do some simple South Mountain trails around here in this area and spend time with my little dog, Molly. She's a little dachshund. So I like to do that and hang out with family and friends. And in the summer, spend time around the pool, things like that.
Oh man, it gets so hot.
It does get hot here. Yes,
I'm enjoying the weather as long as I can.
definitely.
Okay, so if you could tell the world one thing, what would it be?
See a naturopathic doctor.
Oh, there you go. So not only in all realms, they can really help you out with, well, you said optimizing, but what is that? Give some examples of what optimizing someone's health means.
Yeah, sure. So I will look at, the metabolism of someone. So I can tell by certain lab markers what I'm looking for. And same with hormones, same with thyroid markers, same with also a hormone called cortisol. It's one of your stress hormones. You can have too much, you can have too little. So when I say optimizing, I can pull all these numbers and they'll fall within the normal lab reference range provided by the lab. But if someone's sitting here saying, oh, hey, I don't sleep so well, or I could use more energy, or I crash at 2 p.m. every day, then I can optimize based on timing of certain herbs, nutrients, substances, minerals, things like that,
Okay.
to get you feeling better
Okay.
over time.
So Lindsay, she is part of Saldana Physical Therapy, but also treats pelvic floor um, cases, and she might have some questions for you later about the
Absolutely.
hormones and all that.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
um, okay. Well, I want to conclude this thanking you so much for taking the time out to introduce yourself, show everyone what a great naturopathic doctor can do. Do you want to leave us with any words or any piece of advice?
Basically, I just want to take the time. Thank you for coming here to do this. I am here to help, and it's a broad range of things that I can cover. So just wanted to get our names out there and say we're here to help.
Yeah. And once again, if you have any questions or anything, you can call, email, or comment directly in the messages under to get a hold of Dr. K. All right, thanks, guys. You all have a great day.
All right, thank you.